Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sandra'S Stenography and Shorthand on YouTube for now. Anyway, welcome. Just want to let you know, if you haven't heard already, I might be moving this channel to patreon.com. That would be www.patreon.com/SandraClay. And the reason I might be doing that is several. And I may just make a separate video about it so that everyone can watch it if they like to. Some people will care and they will follow me. And they will follow me over there. And because they really want to learn this. And some people will be like, I like YouTube. I'm going to stay on YouTube. I don't care whether she does any videos over here or not. I'm just going to stay over here on YouTube. And they are welcome to do that. I will be making videos from over there. I will not be charging for my regular videos. So don't think you have to come over and pay. You don't. But for my Patreon supporters who do decide to give $1 or $2 every month, they will get a little bit more extra dictation. So, and those will just be on my channel on Patreon, but they will be private. And the only people that will have a link is the people that I give a link to. So, still will be the same, pretty much the same setup over here, just slightly different. And which means I will have to work harder, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Now, let me get into this dictation that I'm doing this evening. And it is the Stephen Avery trial, day 1. And we have the defense speaking. And looking for his name. I forgot his name. And no, he's no longer speaking. I apologize. He's no longer speaking. On the last video, number 28, they left for recess. And so on page 156, give me 1 second. I have to write these things down so that I can remember my spots. So we will be on page 156. That's where we are starting. Verse 18. All right. And it looks like they have come back from recess. So that's where we begin today. Remember, this is at no particular speed. I would just like for you to have some write legibly and accurately, so that if you have to go back and transcribe this, which is not a bad idea, you can see nice, clean, legible notes. Because if you just build speed and don't work on accuracy, you will have a jumbled mess in no time that you can't even read. So I gave you some speed building today on previous videos today with what causes hesitation. So make sure you check that video out as well. But right now, we're on page 156 with them having come back from recess. Ready? That's right. The court. At this time, the state may call its first witness. Attorney Kratz. State will call Mike Halbach, Your Honor. The clerk. Please raise your right hand. Michael D. Halbach, called as a witness herein, having been first duly sworn, was examined and testified as follows. The clerk. Please be seated. Please state your name and spell your last name for the record. The witness. Michael Daniel Halbach, Halbach. Direct examination by Attorney Kratz. Question. Mr. Halbach, did you know a young woman by the name of Teresa Halbach? Answer, I did. Question. Describe. Who was Teresa, please? Answer. Teresa was dash or is my sister. She was born on March 22nd, 1980. Grew up with my family on a dairy farm near Hilbert. She loved travel. She had been to Spain, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia. She had many friends. She loved doing things with her friends. She was a good friend of mine as well. She was my big sister, someone I could go to, talk to about my problems I would have. We would go to lunch, talk about her business, which she ran, called Photography by Teresa. And in August of 2005, she coached her sister's 7th grade volleyball team to 2nd place in their league. So I know that that's something she really loved doing, was working with those kids. That was the main focus of her photography business as well. And she graduated from the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, in 2002. Major in photography, and she graduated summa cum laude. Question. I'm going to hand you a couple of exhibits. First exhibit is that which is marked as exhibit number 1. Could you tell us what that is, please? Answer. It's a photo of Teresa. Question. Do you know when that photo was taken? Answer. Not exactly, but by the looks of it, it was fairly recent. I would say 2005. Question. Does that particular photo accurately depict your sister, Teresa? And as it did the last time that you saw her? Answer, yes. Question. By the way, when was the last time you saw her? Do you recall? Answer. The last time I saw my sister was October 30th, 2005, the day before she went missing. We were at my grandparents' house. It was my grandpa's Halloween was my grandpa's birthday. And the day before, we went to their house. The entire family was there. Aunts, uncles. Question. Mr. Howback, I'm sure we'll get better at this with the jury. But I'm going to direct your attention to the large screen in the courtroom. Is that another version or a larger version of what's been marked as exhibit number 17? Exhibit number 1. Answer, yes, it is. Question. You mentioned that Teresa was part of your family. Can you tell us who else was involved in your immediate family, please? Answer. I have an older brother, Tim, and then Teresa would be the second oldest. Myself and 2 younger sisters, Katie and Kelly. Parents, Tom and Karen. Question. Directing your attention to exhibit number 2. I'm also putting that on the screen for the jury. Can you tell us what that is, please? Answer. It's a photo we took outside my parents' farm. I believe it was in 2004, that summer, early fall. It's a photo we used for our Christmas cards that year. And it's a photo of my family. Question. And as you are pointing to exhibit number 2, please, could you tell us or tell the jury who all is in that photo? Answer. Tom, Teresa's, I guess legally would be her stepdad, standing in the back with the jean shirt. To his left is Katie, younger sister. And to her left is Kelly, the youngest of the family. In front, from left to right, is the oldest brother, Tim. And then my mom, Karen. Then myself, holding our dog, Eddie. And Teresa is on the end. Question. All right. How often would you get to see Teresa? How often would you interact with her? Answer. Every few days, I would probably talk to her either on the phone or if it was a weekend, we would probably see each other. If I was at my parents' house, if she would stop over during the week or over the weekend. So I would see her, or at least talk to her every 3 days or so. Question. Are you familiar with Teresa's electronic devices that she owned? Answer. Yes, I am. Question. Could you tell us about those, please? Answer. She owned a cell phone, a Motorola Razor. And I know this because she talked on it a lot. She also had a Palm Pilot. I believe it was the brand was Palm One, I believe. She had tons of photography equipment, obviously. Hazelblad is one camera, Canon is another. And through one of her jobs, she had a little snapshot camera for the job. She worked through Auto Trader magazine. She had this little snapshot camera to do that job. Question. Do you know what kind of vehicle Teresa drove? Answer. It was a Toyota RAV4. It was bluish green in color. Question. We're going to have the actual photo marked as an exhibit, but I'm going to direct your attention up to the large screen. Could you tell us what it is we're looking at here? Answer. Could you repeat that? Question. Sure. I'm about to have this photo made part of the, or to complete the record. But could you tell us, and can you look at the large screen and tell us what it is that we're looking at? Answer. That's Teresa holding one of her cameras she had with her professional photography business, standing outside the driver's door of her Toyota RAV4. Question. Mr. Halbach, could you, regarding Teresa's RAV4, could you tell us how often you had contact with that vehicle? Answer, I would say I have ridden in it a few times, but I would see it whenever I saw her. It was her only vehicle. So when she would drive it or when she would drive around, she would be in that vehicle. So I was very familiar with it and had ridden in it a few times. Question. Teresa's license plate said, as you sit here today, do you know or were you familiar with what Teresa's license plates were? Answer, yes, I was. Question, and how are you familiar with that? Answer, one of Teresa's jokes and how she remembered her license plate. Her license plate numbers or letters and numbers were SWH 582. She remembered those letters because she would joke that it stood for single white howback. Exhibits number 3 and 4 marked for identification. Question, Mr. Howback, I provided you with 2 exhibits, exhibit number 3 and exhibit number 4. Can you tell us, so, what those are, please? Answer, pictures of Teresa's license plate. Question, and which one of them has a sticker on it? Answer, exhibit number 3. Question, all right. Just so the jury is shown exhibit number 3, I'm going to direct your attention to the large screen again. What is it that we're looking at? Answer, Teresa's license plate. Question, SWH 582. Is that right? Answer, that's correct. The court, excuse me, Mr. Kratz. Just for the record, I think the photo of Teresa Howback with the RAV4 was referred to as an exhibit, but we haven't marked it yet. Are you still looking for the original? Attorney Kratz, we are, Judge. Although we have the original, Judge, we'll be referring to it either with this witness or the next witness who also has familiarity with that. The court, just, I think, to keep the record straight, it should be reflected that while it may have been referred to as an expected exhibit number, it has yet to be numbered. Attorney Kratz, all right, Judge. The court, you may proceed. Question by Attorney Kratz. And the other vehicle, or what I guess would be considered the front license plate, you said that was exhibit number 4. Is that right? Answer, yes, that's correct. Question, and I have now directed your attention to that on a large screen. Screen, excuse me, once again. Exhibit number 4, the large screen photo here, accurately reflects number 4. Is that correct? Answer, yes, it does. Question, all right. I have now handed you what's been marked for identification as exhibit number 5. Tell us what that is, please. Answer, it is the picture we looked at not too long ago with Teresa standing outside the driver's side of her Toyota RAV4. Question, just for the record, exhibit number 5 then would be the image that we're looking at on the screen now. Is that correct? Answer, yes. Question, all right. By the way, Mr. Halbach, did you have an idea as to when this photo was taken? Did I ask you this? Answer, you didn't ask me that. I mean, I would guess sometime maybe 2004, maybe early 2005. Question, I guess the question that the jury needs to know is, was this Toyota RAV4 the vehicle in which your sister is standing in front of the same vehicle that she was driving at the end of October 2005? Answer, yes, it is. Question, you mentioned that Teresa was involved in the photography business. Can you tell us about that a little bit? As we're going to stop right there. And as you can tell, I speeded it up just a little bit to get your heart racing, but not too much. So we're ending this video on page 165, verse 3. And that's where we will pick up with the state and its first witness. So lots of good more dictation coming up for you. How'd you like the colloquy? Nice colloquy in there for you as well. So thank you so much. As a matter of fact, you can type this whole thing up as a transcript, because when they come back from recess, you basically are writing the transcript from the point when they come back from recess. And you can even practice. This is great because you can use this to practice your colloquy and how your transcript is going to end. Look, you know, if you had to actually do this in a courtroom, you would actually get to see how you set up that transcript, how you indent for the colloquy. There's also the direct examination. There's the swearing in of the witness. All that good stuff is in here. So thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. You guys are truly the best on YouTube, and I will see you guys at the next video. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, happy writing.